Hi everybody. Hi everyone. So thank you for coming. What I'm going to do is just share the screen. Can't see me. No. So that's what you need to be seeing. There, that's better. All tangled up. More sugar. Right. So we get to try and get that camera better. No, it's wanting me to set up. Okay. There you go. I'm going to share that now. Start the slideshow. I'm going to do it from the beginning. I'm going to go back and then go forward again. So we'll do it that way. It's crazy at the moment. It's like gone crazy, crazy, crazy. So. Right, brilliant. Here we go. Here we got him. Bear with me. One more days. No, that way. So what I need to do is go here. There's 3 participants. Is nobody else? Okay, that's fine. They can catch up later. So stay there. Stay. Ta-da! So past lives. What is wrong with this? Right, wait a minute. Do you know what? I'm not going to have it like that. Yes, that's better. Because I was like moving back a bit, you know, and I need it to be about there. Can everybody see me okay? Put your hands up if you can. Lighting's not good, is it? Wait a minute, if I move it. That's better. I think that's better. Got a candle on the go. I'm a candle lover. Always got candles. So here we go. Yay, 5 people now, brilliant. So what you're learning to do is past life readings. It's not regressions that you're learning. What you're learning is past life readings. What I'm doing is regression with you. So what we're going to do is talk about that today. We're going to talk about how to perform a past life reading. What I will do is do another regression if you don't mind. That's entirely up to you if you participate or not. So what is past life? We carry personality traits through our lives from the past. We discussed that throughout. We've given opportunities of life lessons, and people believe that, you know, we come back, say it's a cat or something else because of karmic incarnation of the soul, identifying patterns from the past. So yeah, what happens is in our new lives we could be exhibiting behaviours from a past life and also physical symptoms. Many people believe our souls must experience life, and reading a past life is like watching a movie. So it is exactly the same as doing a forward reading, future reading, or as, you know, when you're doing a reading and you're looking back and you can see somebody's past. It's exactly the same as that, but what you do is you go deeper. So you have to not regress that person. What you actually do in just a past life reading is zoom in. So you're zooming into their past life channels. And to do that, it's exactly the same as what we were doing when I do regression in a similar way. But what you do as a reader is literally go through the tunnel yourself, or so go down life's corridors, but in that person's life. So you ask for permission. Also, how you could do that is, you know, with the basically, you know, when you get the root chakra to the sacral chakra to the solar plexus chakra, to the heart chakra, to the throat chakra, and then you move up to the chakras, and then you get the crown. You go up to divine source, and then imagine a ladder, and you pull yourself up the ladder, and then what you do is you ask your guides at the top to help you see the person's past life. So that's a really, really good way of doing it. So we talk about the soul. It evolves, it changes, it develops. And those that are doing astral traveling and stuff like that, you're going to start noticing lots and lots of things. Strange dreams, reoccurring dreams. We're talking about sleep paralysis and stuff like that in astral travel. Now, astral travel is 100% this, but better. I mean, yes, I think everybody would agree that was the best lesson ever yesterday. The souls choose their incarnations, so there are lessons to be learned. That's debatable, so it's depending on what theory base you're looking at it from. Then we looked at déjà vu, so may choose to relive a life over many times, so why people like past life readings. And we asked that, so why do people like past life readings? It is because they're interested in who they were. So like, you know, why do I feel like I'm a Victorian? Why do I feel like, you know, it's that sort of stuff is why people would like it. You will automatically, some people will automatically know. You automatically will know. Your instinct tells you that person, oh gosh, I keep seeing, yesterday I had a reading actually, an intense reading. And I kept on seeing this lady around saloons, and I could see this lady in the 1800s, and I could see this lady in the hotel room. Well, she's attracted to the 1800s, and when I was doing a reading, I just took her straight back, and I knew names and stuff like that. She's like, wow, how did you do that? And it wasn't regression, it was a past life reading that I mixed with a day-to-day reading. So memories, yeah, we talked about memories and mind blocks and stuff like that. And sometimes what happens is that people block out memories. The reason why they block out memories could be due to the post-traumatic stress and stuff like that. So we talked about post-traumatic stress disorder. It can be because people feel that they have to move forward, and but they can't. There's almost like this block that is stopping them. That is normally caused by trauma, so patterns. Some people just block out the past. So like, because if you were to just imagine like having everything thrown at you, all your past lives and all the memories in this life, all at once, it would cause a breakdown, wouldn't it? So it's about the memory protects us from not getting overloaded. So sensory memories, we talked about connection with others, twin flames. Now that's interesting, twin flames. And lots of people will come to you once you've done this course and passed, asking you for a twin flame relationship. And they'll say, oh, can I have a twin flame relationship? No, it is no different than doing a present situation reading, but they will say, oh, am I connected to such and such? It's okay to do those. You can do those readings, twin flame relationships, because it's very like past life. Sorry, I need a drink. Very, very similar. To feel confident doing that, just give the images, the messages, anything that comes to your mind, and say, oh, you know, I've had one before and I felt so connected to, I'll tell you where it was, like a castle. And it was like a prince. Wow. She was from India, and she was in a relationship, an arranged marriage, and they was getting married. She was getting married to this prince, but it wasn't the one she loved. And it was like, and then I could see somebody else, and it was really, honestly, and I was just like, OMG. She was lovely. She absolutely loved the reading and become a client of mine. But yeah, that sort of thing. Give any images you see. So then we talked about, is it true or is it imagination? Now, without anything to do with psychics, spiritualists, anything like that, there's always like an element of doubt in other people's minds, but not in your own. Never allow that to be in your own, because those images you see are there for a reason. Give it. So then we did this thing, didn't we? Close your eyes, think of a memory. Note where you feel the effort in the brain was. Do you remember doing that? A lot of people said, oh, it was in the left. Some people said it was the right and stuff, so forth and so forth. And then we talked about meditation, exercise in meditation, who you are, what your identity is, and the theories of the past. Mainly talk about reincarnation and mentioning that actually it's mentioned not just in some religions, but all religions, like Jehovah's Witnesses and stuff like that, believe in it. Then we talked about Dr. Ian Stevenson. He was a former professor of psychiatry, and he did this research of over 3,000 examples of reincarnation and stuff like that. Unfortunately, he passed, but he was an extremely good researcher. Please do look him up. It's absolutely fascinating research. Buddhism does not subscribe to the idea of the soul. will have no end. It believes in eternal, and it's the Buddhic, isn't it? So it's the seventh plane. So because it's the seventh plane, they believe it continues, and that is the ultimate plane, level 7, they say. So there you go. New spirits for knowledge is based on. Enlightenment is not forever. That is what Buddhists say. Lessons are learned in this life, not passed on, and live life through love and compassion, which, yeah. And Hinduism, they believe in heavenly existence, and they believe that good deeds will be repaid. So they believe in karmic. And then we discussed manifestation. Now, manifestation is law of attraction. What you put out is what you get back. So what you put out, a lot of spell work, stuff like that, casting, stuff like that. It's all about manifestation. It's holding that belief in something can change. It's looking in the mirror and saying, you know, I am wonderful. Wonderful things are going to happen to me. It's affirming those beliefs. Realities. So we create our own realities through our subconsciousness, and it takes absolute generations for the vision to become real. For some. Not all. We choose our lives, and we discuss the karmic lessons, and life is not supposed to be easy. Thanks, Romeo. What is this, Romeo? Sorry, my son's just brought me something in.
No,
to Mum and Dad.
Yeah.
I'm teaching.
No, right there. There's a bird. And there's no ghost, no evil. No ghost, evil ghost. And there's a bird.
Okay, so what's it about?
It's about
Wait, Mum, can I get the
No.
Oh, so in other words, you've drawn this in order to get something, is that correct? No?
No.
Really?
I just wanted something.
Alright.
And I need you to look at that.
What is it I'm looking at?
That's a bird.
So no evil, what, that's a spirit rising up as a bird. Hi, Mum and Dad, I've drawn this.
No. Hi, Mum and Dad. I drew this for you guys because I love you guys.
Oh, I love you guys. Oh, I love you too. Love you. Yeah. I love you. Thank you, Romeo.
Bye.
Bye. So basically, you want me to buy something, okay?
I didn't need to buy anything. Maybe I did.
Did you want to give it to Dad?
Oh, this one.
That was funny. So yeah, we create our own realities through our own subconsciousness, and it can take generations for the vision to become real. So we choose our lives, arguably. The Little Soul, that book, oh my gosh, that's actually been made into a film. Can you remember when I first started out, I used to go on about The Little Soul, the book? They're actually making it into a film now. That's really weird because she was unheard of. Nobody knew who she was, and I picked up that book, and now they're making a big, massive movie out of that. So yeah, and actually, I still want to. I've got to email her because I want to become a publisher for her, like sell her books and things like that, which I can do. So, and then we talked about time as linear. Linear time is a concept, and it's known as a series of events leading towards something. And then we looked at Einstein's theory of relativity. It's an infinite amount of energy. So he believed in matter, space and time result in time both existing and not existing. Very interesting theory. Love Einstein. And we discussed that, So time is still or not? Still one that baffles my mind. Is time still or not? Not sure. I think it's forever moving. And then we talked about the Wheel of Life, and the Wheel of Life is also, you know, in Sanskrit and stuff like that, the Wheel of Light, to do with our chakras, our subtle bodies and stuff. We've been doing a bit about that, haven't we, in Astro. I love it. I love that yesterday. And the Senate Wheel, time, what is time? Now, that will link in to astral traveling because we talked about that quite in depth, and we will talk about that even further as that subject goes on. So time is relative, flexible, and according to Einstein, the dividing time between past, present, and future is an illusion. Everything is illusion. So reality is ultimately timeless. So this sounds pretty bizarre from the view of classical physics, but from the view of consciousness theory and spirituality, it fits quite perfectly. I think so. So the time machine, we talked about, like, you know, Doctor Who, you'd get into this like time machine and you'd be able to be like in the present, in the future and everything like that. That's exactly what we're sort of discussing there. So people, how do people remember? They remember through their emotions, events, filters, and then it's perceived and recorded, and people remember accordingly. Now, we did this, didn't we? We did an exercise where I got you to say, right, what did we do last week? And nobody could sort of remember what we did last Thursday. I think it was only Christina. It was only her that was able to do that at the time, because what we do is we tend to remember things via emotions and events. So when doing any sort of clientele work, when working with people, it's very important not to mislead people. So we have to avoid leading questions, open-ended questions: who, what, here, when, how, which, why. Okay. And a closed question is, it's like, is it your birthday? What did you just say? There's a difference in there. Is it your birthday would be a yes or no. What did you just say would have to be an explanation. So open, is it your birthday? To be quite a closed question. So that's an open-ended question. That's a closed and open question. So emotions, we're more likely to remember an emotional event. And then when it's a sad event, we're most likely to block that event out. So that's how we filter events. We did that thing that I just talked about. So this takes me up to today, really. So what I want you to think about is, have you had these signs? You've met someone from the past. Have you ever experienced feeling that you have met that person before? That you ever felt at home with a person, that you felt sense of belonging, overwhelming emotions, plenty of memories with that person, and that you could read that person easily? Has anyone done that? And when you're in their presence, you feel that time has no relevance, that it's not relevant. And you feel them even when they're not around. So you feel them when they're like at a distance, and you feel that you belong with them no matter what. And you still have that sort of sense of knowingness with them. Has anybody had that feeling before? Interested in your viewpoints. Let me just put this up, sorry. There we go. So we got Mandy, yes. Janet, yes. Like a soulmate, yes. Yes. Yes, exactly like that. Now that feeling is actually because you've met that person in a previous life. Believe it or not. That is the symptoms, the signs that that person has. Arguably, you've met them before, and that's why you get that feeling. And some people even believe it to be with their relatives. Now, I know she wouldn't mind me saying, but Jane Croft felt like that for her son. So yeah. What we're going to do next, I don't know what we've done here. Yeah. So when you're reading someone, okay, so you've got your client, this is how you're going to read them. First of all, you do your protection, you do your saging, you call upon the angels or your spiritual guides, sage everything, you get your visuals, and then you're going to go back. So you're going backwards. What I suggest doing is going up to your crown, the reverse. So you're reading them. So let me think, is there anyone here that I could do? I'm going to do a past life reading to show you exactly how you would do a reading. This isn't regression, it's a reading. So how you would do, because people will say, I can have a past life reading, okay? A lot of the time people, I can't train in regression, I haven't been doing it long enough teach hypnotism. I will be able to, but not yet, because I am newly qualified hypnotist, and it's very integral. So people rarely come and ask for regression. What people will come to you and ask for is a past life reading. Regression is more clinical, it's more psychology. I've done a degree in psychology as part of my degree in youth and community work. So I was able to use that as well as a hypnotism course. But the weird thing is the demand for it isn't a lot, which is a shame really, because it is incredibly effective to retrain the subconscious mind and to use techniques and chunking and stuff like that. So you have seen that yourself when you've been doing it. So it's extremely good for addiction, it's extremely good for weight loss, it's extremely good for identifying with oneself, patterns of the past, and also seeing past relationships and stuff like that. It isn't, how can I say it? Past life readings is exactly the same in terms of presenting information, but you are in control of it more so than the other person. That's the difference, okay? So with, say, regression, it's you and them, and then you send them to sleep and they talk to you. They're providing you, empowering you with information. Now, the difference is technique and medical. It's just falling under different categories. That's it. So what I'm going to do is a past life reading for someone to show you exactly how you can do this for somebody else. They will come to you, people will come to you, ask for a past life reading. Now, how much would you charge for a past life reading is entirely up to you. I would charge, like I do, 35 in that region. It's up to you. 20 if you want to get in the clients quicker and stuff like that. But you're going to be spending half an hour of your time, so your time is quality. Some people I know that that do it charge hundreds, and I know somebody charges like £85 for half an hour just for a spiritual reading. I know people that charge hundreds, thousands. But it's entirely up to people how much they charge. I always think it's better to be quite reasonable, but this is what they'll expect from you. So what you do is you have the person there. So if I could just give an example. Who would like a past life reading? Trudy. Okay, I'm going to do you, Trudy. Right, okay, so do I have your permission firstly? Yes, okay. What I'm going to do is I will literally read you. So I'm going to go up to my crown chakra now. So call upon Archangel Michael for protection. Thank you, spirits. If I could call upon the galactics, please, if you could just help me as well. What I'm going to do is now walk up. I'm walking up my body, my own body. This reading here is for Trudy Neal, so I'm saying who it's for, so it's not for me. I'm walking from my root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, brow chakra. I'm going up to the top. So what I imagine is pulling myself up a ladder, a bit like astral traveling, but slightly different technique. Pulling myself up there, and now up there. I'm going to walk through a gate. I'm actually going to need permission, so I'm going to walk through her gate. I'm walking through her gate. I'm going to start seeing Trudy's past. Okay, so I'm getting it. What I'm doing, it's almost like going through bushes. That's what it feels like. Then you have to get through brambles as you visually see it. Okay, so I'm there. So in this life already, what I'm seeing of you, Trudy, is that you've had a difficult time in the past in relation to, I see just lots of loss and stuff like that. As I'm going back further, I see you sort of growing up, and I can see you being happy. I see you being upset as well, feeling quite lonely at times. I see you sort of struggling at school because you loved school, but you felt like you didn't really belong. So that's how I feel at school. And then I said your childhood is a lovely childhood again, very happy Christmas times. I could see you with like a doll, and you really love this doll. I see the Christmas lights. And now I'm going back through the gate. Now I'm going through another gate, and it's like a passageway. And now I'll go through another gate. And oh my gosh, okay, interesting. Okay. See? I'm just going to hold on a second. I've just got to get the images perfectly clear in my mind. I feel like I'm in a spiral at the moment, so I'm just going to go through the spiral bit, which is like a spiral tunnel. I'm going to get through there. Okay, thank you. Thanks, spirits, if you could just help me see through Trudy's life. Okay. I can see a funeral, and I can see like an old-fashioned funeral with horses. Okay, so I can see you passing, so I'm getting you passing. Okay, can you take me further, please? See you as a widow, as an old lady then. Well, it wasn't your passing, it was your husband's. Okay. You were quite rich and wealthy. Okay, let's go back. You don't look like Trudy. That's the funny thing. They won't look like the person that you think that they look like. So it doesn't look like Trudy. It looks like another person. Okay. Can now see her writing a will. Her husband was quite wealthy. He beat her. He beat you. I sense that he beat you up and stuff like that in his life. So it's quite sad. I'm seeing your younger days. You were absolutely beautiful, and I sense that you came from a very good family, but they wanted you to marry into this relationship. Now, era-wise, I feel like I'm in late 1800s. I'm feeling that I'm in the late 1800s, and they wanted you to marry this man. You didn't really want to marry him. I could see you crying and thumping the pillow on the bed. You don't want to marry him. And you've got a maid. And you're explaining to her, I don't want to marry him, but you get married. And then go back further. And now I'm seeing you happy with your parents. And I'm sensing that they gave you like a very precious doll. Dolls are really significant to you. It's another precious doll, and it's made of like china and stuff like that, very pretty. You're so happy with it. You've got little ringlets in your hair. I'm getting that image now. And now I'm going back again. Oh, I want to go back further. Okay, so I'm going through another gate. I haven't seen is any lights or anything like that. I just keep going through these tunnels. So I'm going through this other spirally tunnel, and I'm going through another door. Oh, I see you here. And you're like really poor, suffering, immensely suffering. You've got loads of children around you. I sense an old farmhouse, scrubbing the floors, scrubbing out horses, muck, everything. But you were still happy. You're happy in that life, and I sense that you were with somebody as well that you were happily married with. And he passed, and you've been looking for him. Okay. So I sense that you've been looking for him. Now I want to go back into this other life that you had in the late 1800s. Now that life there felt like the previous to the 1800s was early 1800s. I feel like it was in the late 1800s. I'm going to go back now. So I think that you've had two lives. Okay, now I'm going forward again. Okay, so I feel like you were searching. That he wasn't the right person for you. He wasn't very nice to you. And you feel that sometimes you don't like being held. And I get a feeling in the throat area you don't like it. If someone touches your neck. And I sense that's something to do with back then. I'm going to now walk back. So I'm walking back through your here and now. I'm going to go through that. You have to go back through the way you came, through the spirally tunnel thing, going back through this lane into the bramble bushes, climb through the bramble bushes. And now at the gate, I'm going to open that door. And now higher power, walking back down through the ladder, back into, down through my brow chakra, to my heart chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, and to the sacral chakra, down to my roots and back. I could walk through your life. So, truly, that was quite interesting. I could see it as very visual. Like when you're doing a past life reading, you would be a lot more in depth than that. But you'd just be talking about the smells, people you can see, names possibly, and stuff like that. But as an example, that's all it is. So yeah. Oh my God, there are so many connections to this life. Did you ever feel like that? You know, that just in that area, like around the neck area, that's what I was getting. Yeah, bring me up. So how confident would you feel to do one of these readings? Ah, so married twice and fear both times. Yes, and that's why. But in the first life, in early 1800s, I sensed that you were extremely happy. And then that person passed and you were really sad. And then I sensed that you were looking for that person in the next life, but ended up with a real nasty person. And then went into this life and there was some other stuff, nasty. And then, like now, I feel that you're settling more. So do you think the person in your life now, the man you're with now, you're happy with? Because if so, I believe he's the person that you've been looking for. Yes. And horses are so connected to me. I agree. It's extremely, extremely cool to do it. Does anybody want to do one with someone else? As you know, as like a practice thing now? Anybody up for that? I mean, anybody like to do me? It's an easy technique. Oh, and the throat part, yes, your fear. Yeah, I was getting that, like really, really panicky. Really like, do you suffer from asthma? Or ever suffer from stress, like, you know, stress, anxiety, and get red? Do you go red? Just feel that you get red on your chest? Yes. Yes, very much so. And hot? I think it's something to do with your past life and I felt suffocation. And this person, though, carried on living and then he passed and you were quite happy when he passed. You couldn't wait to get the wheel out of the way. Yeah, very much so. Now, healing-wise, what you could learn to do is confront it a little bit. Just say, I forgive you, forgive the past. Doesn't serve me no more. Even that past life doesn't serve me no more. I'm going to just now grow and be happy and feel content. In a sense, animals, you'll feel very connected to animals and stuff like that. And that's the reason being why you will feel connected to animals, because they actually can heal you. And the doll, yes. Yes, the doll. And it was so beautiful. The one where I had this doll when you were little. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. And I could see you holding it. Yeah, and you have your mother's doll. Yeah, and it means a lot. I can see that. So that's a past life reading. Obviously, when I'm with my clients, it's like half an hour long, and you get more information, and you just hold the picture. But obviously, I can't do it right here, right now. But you just hold the picture, but you just walk through. It's almost like going through a tunnel of vision, and you can use other techniques like, could I have permission to read your past life? And you could just like visualize a memory jar, or like open it up and visualize what's in it. That's a really good way of doing it. Instead of having a crystal ball, you could have a visualized memory bottle or something like that. That would be a good way of doing it. But it is just using techniques. So I could try. Go on then, Nancy, go for me. I give you permission, and you're very welcome, Judy. I'm so excited. I'm actually really excited. Thank you. Okay. Oh, it's all right. Someone's just come to Nancy, so she can't do it. That's okay, not to worry. What we're going to do, we'll get on with the regression. It's absolutely fine. But that's how you do an example of the one I showed you. So here we go. Who have we got in here at the moment? So we've got participants, attendees. Brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another regression. Okay, so what we're going to do is another one with you. So please permission down, and you're going to take yourself back in your own life. It's all right, Nancy, honestly. Don't worry about it. I was like, someone's here. What you meant physically. Funny. So who would like me to do past life reading? Oh, and I'm so happy with the ones that also you got your amazingly you've got your you're going on to do the advanced Wiccan to become undergraduate third degree witches as well. Nancy and Janet. So amazing. You'll be with me for 1.5 years. That long, huh? It's £45 if anyone's interested in doing the advance. So I wonder if I'm going to get any high priestess here today. It would be very interesting. So here we go. Everybody give me permission to read. This is for past life regression. Oh no. Oh my gosh, Shavak. Oh my gosh, it's not good. Why is she in? Oh no, cat talk here. Oh my god, sweetie. This isn't good time, is it? I'm cancelling. I'm going to cancel this. We're going to do it another time. Nancy's gone off and Charlotte's mum's poorly. Please do tell me later. I'm very upset for you. Your whole family. It's just been an awful, awful time. Sad, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to call off lesson. We're going to do this tomorrow if people don't mind. I'll do it then because it's very upsetting. There's lots of things going on in people's lives, so I just feel it'd be more appropriate if I do this again tomorrow properly. Okay? Or at some other time. I'm just picking up emotions then, and I can't. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, it's too sad. So thanks everybody for joining. We'll do this tomorrow. We'll get a better time. I think it's more important, and Shabbat needs some support there. If we could go into the group, if you could do in every single group, if you could do like healing prayers for Shabbat and her family, I'd really appreciate that. I'll lead it if need be. So yeah, okay, we're going to do that. We're going to go and do healing prayers in the groups, and then we're going to do the regression tomorrow. Understandable, isn't it? So see you later. I'm going to be in the pool now.